Welcome back to our latest episode. 6 more countries endorse the declaration to triple nuclear energy by 2050 at COP29. Today, we're diving into the groundbreaking news from the World Climate Action Summit in Baku, Azerbaijan. This is a massive step forward in global efforts to combat climate change.
Wait, 6 more countries? That brings the total to what, 31 countries now?
Exactly. 31 countries have now committed to tripling nuclear energy by 2050. It's a significant increase and highlights the essential role of nuclear energy in meeting the Paris Agreement goals in a cost-effective and equitable manner.
Wow, that's huge. But why nuclear energy? Isn't it controversial due to safety concerns?
Valid point. However, modern nuclear technology has advanced tremendously. The focus is on providing energy certainty and reliability in an uncertain world. Think of it like switching from old flip phones to today's smartphones. Technology evolves, and so does safety and efficiency.
I see. So nuclear energy is kind of like the smartphone of the energy world?
Precisely. It's becoming a key player. Nuclear energy has attracted significant support from major banks and technology companies, as well as the public, who recognize that it answers their demands for energy security, reliable supply, stable prices, and a robust response to climate change.
Okay, but what about renewable sources like solar and wind? Aren't they the poster children of clean energy?
They are important, no doubt. But nuclear energy complements them by providing a constant, reliable power supply, regardless of weather conditions. It's like having a dependable friend who's always there, even when others are unpredictable.
Right, so nuclear fills in the gaps when solar and wind can't produce energy?
Exactly. And with the commitment to triple nuclear capacity by 2050, we're looking at a substantial reduction in global carbon emissions. In 2023 alone, nuclear reactors helped avoid 2.1 billion tons of carbon dioxide emissions from equivalent coal generation.
That's more than the annual emissions of any single country, isn't it?
Correct. It's a significant impact. Plus, global nuclear electricity generation rose to 2,602 terawatt-hours in 2023, up from 2,544 TW1 in 2022. Nuclear is second only to hydropower among clean energy sources.
Wow, those numbers are impressive. But are countries really building new reactors? I thought nuclear development had slowed down.
On the contrary, nuclear reactors are being built in 15 countries, with over 64 reactors currently under construction. Moreover, more than 20 new entrant countries are developing policies to enable their first nuclear plants.
That's fascinating. So it's not just the traditional nuclear countries getting involved?
Exactly. This is truly a global coalition of the ambitious. Countries like Ghana, Kenya, and Kazakhstan are among the signatories to the declaration to triple nuclear energy by 2050.
Wait, even smaller countries are joining in. That's amazing. But what about funding? Building reactors isn't cheap.
You're right. However, in September 2024, at New York Climate Week, 14 of the world's largest banks and financial institutions from 5 countries signaled their support for tripling global nuclear capacity. So, there's significant financial backing.
Okay, so the money's there, and the countries are on board. But how does this align with the Paris Agreement's goal of keeping global warming below 1.5 degrees?
Nuclear energy is recognized as a key solution to meet these goals. By providing a large-scale, low-carbon power source, it helps reduce reliance on fossil fuels, thereby cutting greenhouse gas emissions substantially.
Right, so it's a vital piece of the puzzle in combating climate change.
Precisely. And leadership requires foresight. The signatories to this declaration are making a long-term commitment with a long-term payoff.
But what about nuclear waste? Isn't that still a big issue?
It is a challenge, but advancements in nuclear technology are addressing waste management. For instance, some new reactor designs can use spent fuel, reducing the overall waste. It's like recycling on a nuclear level.
That's clever. So we're getting better at not just producing energy, but also managing the byproducts.
Exactly. The industry is evolving. The International Atomic Energy Agency in Belgium co-hosted the first Nuclear Energy Summit, where countries highlighted nuclear energy's role in reducing emissions, enhancing energy security, and boosting economic development.
Enhancing economic development? How does nuclear energy contribute to that?
Think about it. Building and operating nuclear plants creates jobs, stimulates local economies, and fosters technological innovation. It's not just about energy. It's about economic growth.
So it's a win-win on multiple fronts.
Indeed. And with countries like the United States outlining plans for deploying 200 gigawatts of nuclear capacity by 2050, we're seeing major economies leading the charge.
Wait, 200 gigawatts? That's massive. How many reactors does that entail?
Quite a few. It depends on the size of the reactors, but it's a significant expansion. It showcases a strong commitment to nuclear energy as part of the clean energy transition.
Okay, this all sounds promising, but are there any obstacles that could impede this progress?
Challenges exist, of course. Regulatory hurdles, public perception, and the need for skilled workforce are among them. However, with international cooperation and public-private partnerships, these challenges can be overcome.
Right, cooperation is key. It's like orchestrating a symphony. Everyone needs to play their part.
That's a great analogy. And speaking of symphonies, the harmony between different energy sources is crucial. Nuclear energy provides the steady baseline that keeps the rhythm going.
Ha ha ha, I like that. So what's next on the horizon for nuclear energy?
Looking ahead, we can expect further technological advancements, like small modular reactors and even fusion technology down the line. These innovations could revolutionize how we think about and utilize nuclear energy.
Fusion technology, like what powers the sun?
Exactly. While it's still in developmental stages, fusion holds the promise of virtually limitless clean energy. It's an exciting area of research.
That sounds like science fiction becoming reality.
In many ways, it is. But the commitment we're seeing from countries and institutions globally indicates that the future of nuclear energy is bright.
So to sum it up, the endorsement by these 6 new countries is a significant step toward a cleaner, more secure energy future.
Precisely. It not only strengthens the global coalition, but also accelerates efforts to meet climate goals and support sustainable development.
Well, this has been eye-opening. I had no idea nuclear energy was making such a comeback.
I'm glad you found it enlightening. The momentum is building, and it's an exciting time for the energy sector.
Definitely. I'm curious to see how this will unfold in the coming years.
As are we all. That's all the time we have for today's episode. Thank you for joining us as we explored the global push to triple nuclear energy by 2050.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. This was a fascinating discussion.
We appreciate you listening. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed. See you in the next one.